And now back for more Hooked on OC.
He did a great job hooking it up, man. He's like an old pro.
Yeah, it was
old pro back
low
there.
and slow, and next thing you know, drag was going out and he was jumping.
Yeah, I'd asked you a couple of questions yesterday on your technique and how it works, and he did it exactly like you explained it yesterday.
Yep.
So then we heard some stuff on the radio.
Yes.
And you know, we weren't having a lot of luck. We had a couple of bites there, but it seemed like Jody noticed something on the radio, and of course it's Spanish, so I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And then we decided to move again.
Well, everything down here is in lat longs. So when people are telling you where they're at, it's not like Ocean City where they're telling you TDs, or even North Carolina where they're talking about Loran numbers. Here it's all lat longs. So
I heard a lot of 42,
yeah,
44,
exactly.
48.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he heard that, and we picked up and ran, actually, and we stopped. We stopped about 5 miles past where we were supposed to go, so we ran about another 20 miles.
Yeah, he said 15 miles. We ran 20, and we still weren't to the boats yet.
We still weren't to the boats. They were all kind of working the area to the outside.
Offshore?
Offshore.
Okay.
And we ended up, once again, as soon as we stopped, I can't remember who caught that second fish.
Let me give you an idea. Me!
Oh, yeah.
It was me!
I forgot.
Yeah, how awesome was that though, man?
It was
Did I look all right? I mean, because I've never done it before, you know that. I'm white marlin fishing stuff, but...
You look perfect. He came up on the left long.
Yeah.
It was on the same side as the teaser. Worked his way outside the teaser.
I gotta let you know, that was Gunner's spot. He went to go get a drink. I sat down. I don't know if I felt something was gonna happen or what, or was just, you know, schmoozing in on his territory, but I sat down and was staying there until something happened.
You feel good about yourself about that, don't
I
you?
do now.
So,
yep, I do now.
He came up on the left long, and you fed him once. I think maybe it went slack for a second. You fed him again, dropped the rod tip low and slow. Next thing you know, I don't think I've ever seen you smile so much.
There it was, man. Yeah. Yep. If I didn't have both hands on the rod, I would have. I probably would have thrown them up. Man, I don't want to lose Jay's equipment.
Not only did you catch your first Guatemalan sailfish, you also set the hook. So you did the whole thing.
I mean, that means a lot to me. It really does. I mean, I love the fact that happened.
That was a lot of fun. One thing that was particularly fun for me was not only watching someone catch their first sailfish, but when that fish got to the boat, and I hope I'm not giving away anything that we're going to be showing you later, but we had Captain Jody jump in the water with a camera. And we got some, I hope, some phenomenal underwater footage.
That's in this show, man. It's got to be. And he did it. I mean, we were all kind of, you know, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, I think that's what the host is supposed to do. I was like, wrong show, brother.
Right.
And then you, of course, were busy in the cockpit. Gunner seemed game, but kind of hesitant. And he said, well, if Jody's willing, I'd rather he did it.
Go ahead.
And he, no problem, jumped in there with his fins and his underwater stuff that we've got. And
he had warm
those fish couldn't have cooperated any better.
Yeah, he had a warm-up with a dolphin that we threw him in the water for.
Yeah.
And he really enjoyed himself doing that, so we had no problem with the sailfish after that.
Right.
It was just great.
And the fish were all green because we caught them relatively quickly. You know, we're moving the boat to get to them because down here, like most places, you want to get the fish to the boat quick, release them alive, so you know they're there to fight another day. But that was really, really exciting for me, man. I appreciate you having me down here so I could do that. I really do. That's gonna be a lifelong memory for me.
Sure, it was a lot of fun.
So then we're fishing there for a little bit, catch my fish, and next up,
I think was Gunner again.
I think we caught one more. Gunner, yeah, that's right. Gunner. That's right. Dr. Z hooked yet another one.
Yes.
So he catches his second fish.
And that fish, again, you know, I don't mean to toot it, but toot toot.
No, this thing stayed on the right teaser all day long. Yeah. And I think of the six fish that we caught, 9 total that we saw, 2/3 of them came up on that rig.
Yes. Yeah. It was,
at one point, Jody couldn't get it out of the water because the fish had bit onto it so hard he wouldn't let go of it.
It's been a hot lure all week, and actually it's been a hot lure or a hot teaser for the last 3 months. And we put a plug on it, a Squid Nation plug behind it, about not even 3 feet. I guess that's 3 feet.
Yeah, it's 3 feet.
And we put that on a swivel right behind the chain, and that was actually a gorgeous teaser bite.
It was.
I think we got some good footage of that teaser bite.
Yeah, they were all neat, but that one in particular was remembered. Yeah, I remember that above all the others.
We had it was probably the longest fight of the day because I think it was one of the bigger fish that we had.
It was a large fish.
It was a smaller class of fish today, which, to be honest with you, is not a bad thing.
No.
We caught sailfish that was about 150 pounds. I would never call sailfish 150 pounds, but when the mate, the captain, the other mate said it, that was a big fish.
Okay, and I'm no pro on sailfish, of course, but I've seen some fish in my day. Those pictures you showed me, that fish was at least 150. And if you can say he was at least 150, well,
it was a monster.
It was a big sailfish, man.
We had a 70-pound class fish today, and that was
nice.
That's perfect.
White marlin size.
Yeah.
Even a little big for
yeah,
white marlin
big
size. But beautiful, man. Yeah. Awesome. That was. I mean, they were quick to get to. They were all healthy, so they were nice and green when we released them.
Right.
And everything swam away.
Hooked on OC, we'll be right back. Sunset Provisions, located in Sunset Marina in West Ocean City, is your one-stop fishing shop. Sunset Provisions has everything you need for a day on the water, from beer to butterfish. Rods and reels from Shimano, Penn and Avette, offshore baits from Killer Who's and Willie's Custom Trolling Baits, high-performance apparel from Pelagic Gear, and Costa Del Mar sunglasses. Ice, soda, beer, marine supplies for maintaining your boat, and everything you need for your inshore and offshore fishing. Sunset Provisions has got you covered. Sunset Provisions is located in the Sunset Marina in West Ocean City.
Sunset Grill, a cool Caribbean atmosphere. A unique dining or social experience overlooking the water. Freshly prepared entrees and appetizers for every palate. Casual dining in a fun atmosphere. Relax in our comfortable, elegant lounges with your special libation. Sunset Grill, a place to relax and enjoy.
And now back for more Hooked on OC.
Not only did he have tension, but our lines weren't going out at the same time.
Right.
So at first we thought our lines were just crossed. And then when we got my sailfish to the boat, that was about a 35-second flight, I guess, 45-second flight.
He came right at us.
He came right at us in the air.
Yeah, that was
whole
cool.
way.
I mean, greyhounding right toward the back of the boat.
And I looked down, and Cheto was about ready to grab the leader, and I looked down and I see a 20-pound dolphin. And I'm like, where's my sailfish? I know I had a sailfish.
Right.
And then my sailfish came out from under the boat.
Yeah, gotcha. So, I mean, was he hiding under the boat? The dolphin just kind of got spooked from the first bite, maybe hit underneath the boat?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, like maybe he and the sailfish were buddies. They were going out. They were coming out for lunch. Yeah, trying to find a snack together.
So we, or maybe he was gonna be a snack. And then we got mine, and after that we quickly had a year fish.
Yeah. Mine. Once your fish was to the boat because he came flying right at us.
Yeah.
Mine was making. I was making pretty good progress on mine because he was staying down. He wasn't crazy jumping and stuff. He was off the opposite side of the boat, so I could keep some tension on him. And then when we were working your fish, we were actually moving backwards, so I was getting a little bit of slack, and it wasn't too tedious on me.
Well, the captain always has to make a decision as to what fish to go to first.
Absolutely. Right.
And usually, I'll remind him of who's paying the bills. And he goes to my fish first.
Is that why you went like this?
I don't care if your fish is next to the boat, Scott. We're getting Bill's fish first.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I just saw it. And then we started going that way.
Yeah, we'll do it.
My line starts peeling off.
But we got those done and threw them back in the water, and it wasn't fun.
It
wasn't 5 minutes, had another fish come up, and
you and I were tired from just catching a fish. I mean, I could have gone a little bit more. I could have done another one.
Now, was that Dr. Z?
That was not Dr. Z.
That was Chet.
That was the hook?
Yeah.
The hook set?
Yes.
That was Chete.
The hook set was
the
Chete.
long right rigger, which just happens to be behind the tuna candy teaser, goes off with nobody seeing it, hearing it, nothing. It was like kind of a blind bite.
Right.
And Chete, being the master mate that he is, he's used to fishing these waters. Sure. He saw that joker pop, was thinking sailfish, and just started letting him go.
Yep.
And I think he tried to set him up once, missed it, bam, right back into free spool, and then he waits. I mean, I thought he lost it or was done or whatever. All of a sudden, zinc, lifts up, hooked up. There you go.
Yep.
And what does Jody say? Jody makes a good call. Dave, I want you to catch one. So Dave Messick jumps from behind the camera. I take the camera, zoom, get in, we switch roles. He does an awesome job catching his fish.
Yes, he does.
Which is surprising.
And the fish was nuts, too. He was going off to the front of the boat. He was coming off the back end, under the boat.
That was the craziest of all the fish we caught today.
Yes, it was.
I think it was a little larger, too. That was a little larger class fish. And Dave's standing there off the port side of the boat, and he's getting slack to the right, and then all of a sudden there's slack to the left, and then all of a sudden there's slack back to the right. So he's going back and forth and back and forth. Before you know it, the fish is beside the boat.
Right.
Boom, we release number 6.
Yep. And made a great afternoon out of a slow morning. So we had a phenomenal day.
I think we're going to have to use the video footage from him catching that fish because it's going to be like, it's top notch. It's professional. It's going to be professional videography.
Aren't you out of focus for a lot of it?
No, there's a small portion where it's out of focus because I didn't know what setting it was on. I just grabbed it from him, but I'll edit that out.
Oh.
But I think we're going to have to probably use it.